Guys, this is Trish with your full moon and Taurus report. Okay, so it's going to be at 1 degree on October 24th, 2018 at 6:45 a.m. Hawaii time. Now it's called the Hunter's Moon for a reason. We've been searching, haven't we? We just had the Harvest Moon. Now this is a Hunter's Moon. We are in search of the prize. Okay, this I also wanted to entitle the plot twist surprise ending. Okay, so Taurus is at 1 degree. 1 degree is new beginnings. Let me just start off by saying that. So whatever happens this night, it's going to bring in new beginnings. Okay, the moon is exalted in Taurus, which means that it steadies and strengthens it. You are trustworthy, you're feeling determined, you're warm, affectionate, artistic, introverted, and that's double with the Venus component, and Venus rules Taurus. Okay, Venus rules Taurus and rules Libra. You're feeling patient, you're grounded, practical. Did I say persistent? No, I said determined. You're also persistent. There is a sensuality to this. You have the ability to concentrate. You effectively deal with problems. Excuse me. You're quiet and reflective, and you're very resourceful. This is an intimate time, okay? And your security is going to be heightened by sharing your home with loved ones. You're only wanting true love. You don't want any, I mean, yes, we all have lustful feelings, but you don't want anything fake. You want what's real, okay? There could be, it's about possessions and owning. There could be feelings of wanting to possess something or someone. You could be collecting on love, on money, wrapping things up, okay? But with the possessiveness and the collectiveness, collective energy, and I don't mean you guys, I mean the energy that's accruing. It could be about having and not necessarily letting go of things. You have to let go and let goddess, okay? It could, it's like being hoarding, being greedy, but at the same time you're sensual. I don't know. We'll have to see how this is going to work. Okay, I'm just telling you all the possible energies. You know, you could not, it's possible that you don't have every single one of these energies, but you feel most of them or encounter most of them. You're going to be claiming what is yours, okay? Yay. Okay, so Libra, excuse me, I didn't mean Libra, I mean Taurus. The moon is in the second house. Taurus is the second house, okay? And this is about, the second house is represented by money, possessions, material security, your values, your work, your daily routines, and your environment, okay? You're able to earn money creatively by using your imagination, okay? And through public selling and appearing, you're going to be marketing to the masses. You could be really popular with the public. Your financial affairs fluctuate and tend to be unsettled. You're sometimes thrifty and careful, and other times you a little too indulging and careless, okay? You have a sense of what could be lucrative, okay? And you're very security minded in terms of home, relationships, and finances, okay? And you have an ability to plan for the future. You're under a little more intensity than usual. It's time to wrap things up financially and in your love life, okay? You're going to collect on projects that have come to fruition, and in general tie up all those loose ends and end loose ties. I use that phrase in my weekly horoscope. I like that. I really, really like that, and it's so true, okay? At the full moons, it is time for things to come to a completion, okay? So be careful with your spending. You may have to watch your dollars for a little bit here. But I have a feeling that okay, I don't understand what I wrote. Hold on a second. Let me read that again, because it didn't sound right. Okay, it will be less necessary to spend extra, okay? Watch your indulgent, but at the same time, you might not feel like indulging, I guess. That's what I'm getting from the definitions that I wrote. I don't know what I mean. Do we ever know what we mean? Okay, so it's hard to do on a full moon to watch the self-indulgent because things are a little crazy and your judgment isn't always that great, but there's a lot of Scorpio energy. Okay, not saying that you're going to make bad decisions, but Scorpio is being really, really clear about what you want. Okay, and with the full moon, and I'll get to the supporting transits. That's one of them. I won't go into it now. What you need to do is put your focus on like making that last payment, getting that last thing that you need to move forward with the project. You're going to be making your rounds and finishing a lot of things up. And as with the full moon, some things could be now. You have that feeling of being rushed, but you got to put on the final touches and then showcase what you're doing. Okay, it's time to show off what you got and make the most of it. Okay, and not keep piling it on. You should be concentrating on reaping your rewards. Okay, so shadow side in general for this full moon is obstinance, being possessive, being rigid, being greedy, being overcautious, a slave to routine, being stubborn, resistant to change, being extravagant, and spending money emotionally and unwisely. Now, there's a whole bunch of things that could happen, and I'm going to get to that with the assisting transits at the end. Okay, so this could also affect your throat, your tonsils, the glands in your neck, or your larynx. And I'm already feeling that, that's for sure. Almost like allergies. So Taurus, this is going to be in your first house of self, personality, self-expression, first impression, beginnings, and your attitude. You're going to have remarkable endurance. Things can get really weird for a day or two, and it's probably you. Full moon in Taurus, and Uranus is right there next to the moon. Okay, so you're feeling that electric and that charge. Right now, the pressure is on. Okay, so you need to bring critical projects to a conclusion and finish the details. Okay, so you can showcase, like I was saying earlier, the emphasis is not so much on what you've done, but rather who you are. Are you living and expressing in your authenticity? Okay, it's time to let your personality out of the box and shine. The whole set of circumstances may have you giggling a little bit. You may feel a little giggly. That's awesome. It's part of the surrounding picture at the full moon. This is your time to take a ride on that energy and put your personal mark on what comes of it. Make that lasting impression. Gemini, this is going to be in your second house of material security, money and possessions, values, work, daily routines, and environment. You're going to have firm resolve, okay, and practical money-making skills. Things are a little bit more intense. It's time to wrap things up financially, collect on projects that have come to an end or have come to fruition, and in general, tie up some of those loose ends, okay? It should mean ending extra spending at this time, as it's going to be less necessary, hard to do at a full moon. Well, okay, I'm saying the same thing again, but first house in Taurus, second house in Gemini. Taurus is the second house, so I am repeating what I just told you. Okay, so just to be specific, for the Geminis, focus on the last payment, that last little piece to the puzzle, and then show it off. You should also be concentrating on reaping your rewards. Okay, don't take on any more tasks. Just finish what you're doing right now. Okay, now we come to different information. Cancer, it's in your third house of communications, intellectual ability, siblings, friends, neighbors, community. You're going to have personal magnetism, strength, and perseverance, and creative imagination. Okay, there's going to be a lot of communication. People may be contacting you. You may have to contact a lot of people. Communication back and forth, phone calls, emails, visits. It's like everything's coming to a crescendo. You're like having all these voices. I need this, I need this, I need you to get me this, call me, don't call me. All kinds of communications, lots and lots of stimulation, okay? The full moon is usually like that, but everybody's trying to contact you for something, okay? You're going to try and finish up a lot of communication and tie up loose ends, okay? And things that like the previous two, you're going to start seeing the fruits of your labor, okay? So you could be crowding a lot of important last minute things into a space of a few days. So get to it, but don't overschedule yourself in advance. Leave plenty of room because something else might come up with the Uranus component. Schedule your room in between. Just saying, Uranus is the expect the unexpected energy, okay? So something, Uranus is in Taurus, so there could be a surprising detail, situation, person. Who knows, okay? It could be any one of those things. It could be all of those things, okay? But everything is coming and rushing in, and your attention is in demand right now, okay? So concentrate on things that require finishing up and closure right now. Save any new ideas for later when you can devote more time and energy to them. You're a little swamped right now. Leo, this is going to be in your 4th house of early and later emotional security, family, roots, physical. You're going to have physical strength, fiery exuberance, and you are very popular. You're going to win the popularity contest right now. You could use a little more space at home, as everyone there is taking up a lot more psychic space than usual. There's a lot of activity going on in the mind, and people may just want to have time by themselves. So if your mate wants to go off and do something, or if you're feeling like going off and do something, having me time, take it. I recommend it. Otherwise, things will get stuffy and you guys may end up having a confrontation, which is not so fun on a full moon. It's highly emotional, intense, and could come to a head and be really, really aggressive in terms of physicality too. Okay, so watch for that. You can feel claustrophobic and get on each other's nerves, or you can use it as an opportunity to connect more by opening that personal space and letting people in. Communication, very, very important at this time, and especially in relationships. Or you can just get out and take a break. Whatever you choose, you're going to find that just how well your internal game plan is working out. Literatively and figuratively, good fences make good neighbors, but only when placed strategically, okay? Time to finish your fence and take it for a ride. Virgo, this is going to be in your 5th house of sex and creativity, enjoyment of life, resources, play, self-expression. You're going to have remarkable endurance also, okay? Spontaneity is a watchword right now. It's time to kick back and have some fun, especially with close friends and children. If you're at a party and go just a little bit over the top, so will everyone else. Okay? This is a time of celebration for everyone. There's a lot of passion, a lot of intensity, and any topic you choose can run rampant, and you will just go with that. You will feel the energy directing you that way, and it's just going to be abundant and overflowing with energy. If you're trying to get work done, if you're trying to work or trying to get some business done, you're going to be swimming against the tide, okay? So if you have the option, just go with the flow. Take a break if you have to. Put it off today for tomorrow or the next day. Whatever. I mean, it's usually a time to wrap up projects and all that, but for you, it's time to have fun. Have a good time. Virgos are workhorses anyway, so take a break. If you're working on a creative project, make sure that you get it preserved for posterity. Take a picture, get it on paper, film it, put it on CD, Facebook Live it, upload it to the cloud, whatever. Just keep a copy, because if you're going to be pleasantly out to lunch and partying, don't worry about it. Okay, Libra, this is going to be in your 6th house of service and health, responsibility, and organization. You have firm resolve and practical money-making skills. And if you aren't finally achieving something from your diet or exercise or health regimen, ask yourself why. What's holding me back? You've reached a plateau and it's time to figure it out. Okay, this time you should be really getting things together and it should be starting to pay off. However, avoid excesses and overindulging and going over the top, because you can feel like you can do more, maybe eat more, party more, whatever, more than you really should. At work, you could feel a little overbooked, overwhelmed as the jobs keep piling up and you have this much time to get it done. Archangel Michael. Health. How, I was going to say how funny, but there are no coincidences, okay? You hear that? Take that cue. This is Archangel Michael. Some of you guys might have some health issues because of that excess or overindulgence, okay? Once you put on the finishing touches of your projects, you'll be able to stand back and take pride in what you have done, okay? Yay! Good time for an office party. If you can make up an excuse for one, well, hell, you don't need to make up an excuse if you're the boss. Just have one. In general, right now, you just need to celebrate the things that you have finished. Scorpio, this is going to be in your 7th house of marriage and partnership, relationships, sharing. You're going to have personal magnetism, strength, and perseverance, and creative imagination. This is going to be a wonderful time to let your partner shine a little bit. Just lay back and appreciate them for how awesome they truly are, okay? So you can be enjoying the fruits of your mutual labors brought by the relationship, or it can mean finally fully connecting with somebody you've been developing something special with for a long time. In either case, the rewards of closely connecting will take center stage. Woo, we love rewards. That's Ace of Pentacles energy. Nice. And you can lean on the familiarity you already have here to support what comes next. This can apply equally well in business as in romance, as long as you're dealing with an equal on an equal ground. The essence is that you bring things to full bloom right now so you can begin harvesting what you have sown. Very nice, Scorpio. So you're about to have harvest moon. Right now, it truly is a hunter moon for you. Sagittarius, this is going to be in your 8th house of death and regeneration. Ability to deal with life, intimacy, sex, bonding, shared property, and resources. You're going to have physical strength, a fiery exuberance, and you're going to be pretty popular. If you've been chasing down some extra money or ways to expand in finances or a better deal, this is a time when you're going to pull it together. Yes. As long as you've got all your ducks in a row, okay? So make sure you have all your information. That may mean scrambling for last minute details or information to make a deadline, but there's real potential here. Okay, it's also good psychic weather for putting finishing touches on restoration projects, picking up that antique you've been chasing down, or just clearing out the cobwebs that may have been settling on neglected items or lesser used items. You're going to have the courage to toss out all those useless things that you've been hoarding, and that burst of freedom will do you good. The theme, finish clearing the decks for action. Capricorn, this is in your 9th house of mental exploration, long distance travel, philosophical beliefs, study, higher learning, ethics, and moods. You're going to have remarkable endurance, as Taurus is your 9th house. Think big, stretch your imagination, push the envelope, okay? Push the envelope of your beliefs and feelings. This full moon has the potential to really open your eyes, okay? The energy in the air is to expand your window on the world, especially where it's been on an ongoing operation in the works. You may have recently experienced some psychic activity, okay? So that is what's happening. This is what is leading to this. There's a feeling, a heavy feeling of realizing that you found that last puzzle piece and you can now begin to put the puzzle together, okay? Things are suddenly starting to make sense, okay? At first you didn't know what to do with it, but now you're starting to put the pieces together. And don't worry, okay? The universe will provide you with opportunities for those pieces to fall in line. It's coming. It will take care of itself down the line, okay? So look for some good news on the legal front. Things are going to be wrapping up, okay, and come to a conclusion. But don't count on your chickens yet, okay, because you can overshoot the mark and overestimate right now. Some main issues can get resolved now as all parties are willing to go the extra mile to agree in principle, if not in the details. Very nice. Very nice. Aquarius, this is going to be in your 10th house of career and public standing, personal status, goals, fame, success, achievement, and public image. Damn, Aquarius, you are the star, aren't you? It's in your 10th house, and this could be the perfect time to button down career matters that have been under development for a while. Although the pace may be a little accelerated and last-minute additions come crowding in, you can have a fuller, rosier picture of just where you want to stand, okay, in your profession and what people think of you. Quality and quantity. Very nice. Choose this spot for releasing a shotgun blast of self-promotion, okay? Whatever it is you do, as public relations has extra carrying power from this full moon. Marketing. You're going to sell yourself because your quality is outstanding, okay? The buzz about you comes in a rising crescendo that peaks now, so start figuring out ways to take it to the bank. Although you may be tempted to hide out at home and cocoon, take time out during those few days to do what you love, okay? Wave your own flag, Aquarius, and we know y'all are freaks, so wave your freak flag if you must, okay? So it looks like here that you're going to be getting a lot of communication. You are being hailed, you're being wanted, and you are needing. Go for it. Pisces, this is going to be in your 11th house of hopes, wishes, and friends, social life, groups, society, personal magnetism, strength, and perseverance and creative imagination, okay? So there's a lot of relaxation and comfort in your surroundings, and there's a lot of friends. You're really basking in the warmth and the glow of it, okay? If you're willing to disconnect from every day, okay, and just tap into the personal happy side for a little while. There could be a lot of good food, a lot of good friends, and talking stories and hanging out and mutual adventures, having fun with others. It's gonna make your heart full. It's gonna make your heart feel full. Okay, it's gonna make you realize that good life is about feelings, not money. It's about friendship, not possessions. Okay, so you're gonna feel satisfied if you just let things happen for a minute, and you're gonna invite the blessings in. Okay, these blessings are all around you, despite what's going on in your day-to-day life. If you want a peak experience, it is in the works now. It's gonna roll out. Okay, so take the time to put the seal on relationships that elevate and support you. And if they don't elevate and support you, bye-bye. Aloha. Aries, this is going to be in your 12th house of self-undoing, secret sorrows, secret dreams, endings, closure, healing, and spirituality. Okay? You're going to have physical strength, fiery exuberance, and you're going to be pretty popular. Although this full moon may at times seem to place you between dreams and hallucination, ooh, we love that place. It emphasizes the ability to perceive and commune with your inner self in ways you might have been cut off from. This speaks to intense spirituality. Okay, nice. Psychic energy also. The intensity in the air breaks internal barriers and allows you to heal wounds now that they've come to light. In more mundane things, there could be something being cooked up behind the scenes, and it's gonna come to fruition. Although you may have to be a little more careful that your secret about it is not revealed yet, unless you're ready, that is, to express yourself or let it be known to the public. Okay, it's best if you avoid confrontations right now, because it will put you at a disadvantage. Use a more subtle means to gain your ends when emotions are running high. You can be sneaky. You might just have to. Okay, so that is all the signs, and we have some supporting transits, and I'm going to briefly go into this because I'm already at 24 minutes on this video. I'm trying not to make it as long as my readings. Okay, so we have the sun is at 1 degree, Mercury is at 21 degrees, Jupiter is at 26 degrees, Venus is at 4 degrees. Okay, the Okay, what we got is the full moon in okay, this is Taurus. We've got the full moon. We've also got Uranus, and directly across from that, in the 8th house of Scorpio, we have Venus, Jupiter, Mercury, and the Sun. Okay, so these supporting transits is the Sun is at 1 degree, so it's new beginnings, focusing on new beginnings. Mercury is 21. It's about communicating authentically, communicating your ideas, your thoughts, negotiating with new ideas. And Jupiter is all about happiness, expansion, and wisdom. And 26 degrees would be 8. Okay, so we're leaving a lasting, the expansion is leaving a lasting impression. Okay, it is literally kicking us in our butt. Be a leader. 8 is about leadership. And then we have Venus being at 4 degrees. So 4 degrees is manifestation, calm, stability. Very, very nice. We love stability. Finally, there's going to be some stabilization in the love life. Okay. And it's retrograde, so it's an internal stabilization, meaning that whatever happens at this full moon, we're going to be all right. Okay, everything's going to be okay. Uranus, Uranus is at 0 degrees, and it is conjunct the moon at 1 degree Taurus. Okay, so it's almost sitting right on top of the moon, and because it's across from the Sun, Mercury, Jupiter, and Venus, this is about a radical change in something that you love. Okay, something's going to become very, very clear, and it's going to completely change things. It's going to change your perspective, and it's all new. It is a new cycle with something that you already have. Okay, there's Venus that's sextiling Saturn. Saturn is at 4 degrees in Capricorn, 4 degrees 22 minutes as a matter of fact. So we're manifesting stability, and it's bringing us peace with that double 4 energy. Venus sextiling Saturn in Capricorn means that we are being more disciplined. There are opportunities with our love and values in our commitments. Okay, Sun sextiling, the Sun is also sextiling Saturn. So what that is bringing the focus in how we limit, restrict ourselves. It's bringing the focus to commitments. It's bringing the focus to self-discipline, okay, and doing what is right, acting in integrity. Are we living in integrity and honesty? That's like double karma there, okay, because Saturn in Capricorn is already karma, and when the Sun is creating opportunities with it, there's a lot of energy, a lot of focus, and a lot of light being shed on honesty and integrity. Okay, so along with that, there might be some that tells me, while the Sun's sextiling with Saturn, you might in turn see a lot of more mass arrests and a lot of violence, snapping. Not this kind of snapping, but rawr kind of snapping, okay? People going nuts, extreme violence, domestic violence. You're going to see a very small percentage of that happen, but we will see it happen. And actually, like here in Hawaii this morning, they had this guy, it looked like he was across from the state capitol, and he had a machete, and he had some garden shears, and there was like a couple of police there. It didn't happen this morning, excuse me. They released a video from it, and they had people police standing here. The guy was like in between something container and some other cops that tried to come this way. Well, when the cop came this way, the guy turned around and swung his machete, and he actually got the cop over here, but the cop was wearing a vest, and they ended up shooting him, and he died. So surprising, violent, aggressive incidents are most likely to happen, and I don't even want to start with that, the volcano. I mean, this possibly, when Uranus went in Taurus in Hawaii, the day that happened, that's when Halimama went poof. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that was on like May 15th. Okay, now I think we are, where's Uranus? It's at 0 degrees, but I didn't see what minutes it's at. But this is like an internal explosion, or rather an implosion. So we could see some underground activity in terms of volcanic activity. Plus, combined with the electricity of Uranus, there could be fires or sudden explosions or something electrical and fire underground. I mean, we shall see, won't we? Okay, so we also have that grand fixed cross. In fact, when I went back to do this full moon information, I had neglected in the original horoscope that this is a double grand fixed cross. Okay, not only is there one, but there's two, because one of these four crosses has two planets rather than one. Okay, so what do we have? The first one is the sun in Scorpio opposing the moon, and then it's crossed with Uranus and Taurus. Okay, the sun in Scorpio and it's opposing the moon, and Uranus and Taurus on this side. Okay, then we have the north node in Leo and the south node in Aquarius, and it's working at cross purposes. There's going to be events that may distract you from your actual destiny. You may be required to additional emotional or surrendering. Okay, so remember, when things happen, respond, not react. Immediately surrender it to the universe. Okay, and see what happens. This is about security, resources, and self-worth. Okay, there's a call right now. The universe is working in your favor to fairly balance the distribution of money, assets, and love. Okay, and victim mentality is out the window. Now people are realizing that they have to work hard, whether it's mentally or physically or spiritually, to get where they want to go. Nobody's going to hand it to them. Okay, codependence too, that speaks to insecurities, codependence, and victim mentality, manipulation, and projection. That's I want to say that's the shit. It literally is shit. Okay, so this let me finish. Okay, so the sun in Scorpio, clarity, focusing on what we truly want, focusing on the shadow side. The moon and Uranus and Taurus, electrical activity, shocking events, inner explosions of emotions that create grounding, upsets or radical changes in your money, in your health. The Uranus and Taurus component. Last time we had earthquakes. The earth was rebelling. Now there's an electrical activity. So, okay, that's what I didn't finish talking about that. The electrical component, I said I don't know, but this has everything to do with geomagnetic shifts. Okay, so it also speaks to the 4D veil lifting. Okay, as of Halloween, the veil is gone and it's not coming back. Okay. The North Node in Leo, you're going to be famous, or you need to pay attention to your destiny and express yourself in healthy ways and live in that healthy self-esteem. Okay, South Node in Aquarius, detaching from our past, letting go things that no longer are. Okay, and Okay, so the sun is in Scorpio at 1 degree. Okay, Moon and Uranus and Taurus. Well, the moon is at 1 degree. Uranus and Taurus is at 0 degrees. Okay, North Node in Leo is at 1 degree, 11 minutes. And same thing with the South Node in Aquarius, 1 degree and 11 minutes. So everything screams major new cycle. We got a 000. We got 5-1. So we got 11-11 plus the new beginning. The 0 is the placeholder, major new cycle, trusting in the universe. Okay. Freaking beautiful, outstanding. Okay, so the second double fixed grand cross is Venus and Scorpio opposing the moon in Uranus. Okay, North Node in Leo, South Node in Leo. The Venus is in Scorpio, and I believe it's at 3 degrees. I think it's at 3 degrees at this exact time with the full moon. Hold on a second, let me double check. I do not know why I don't have that. I should have that. Okay, well, anyways, I looked on my chart earlier, and it was, I believe it was at 3 degrees. So 3 degrees is all about joy, communicating ideas, self-expression, living in authenticity, and fertilization, beliefs, ideas, communication. Okay, the moon in Uranus and Taurus, blah blah blah. I already told you guys that. The only component that's different in this grand fixed cross is, instead of the sun in Scorpio, it's Venus in Scorpio. Okay, so this is the focus of the dark side of love. Somebody could cheat. Somebody could show up surprisingly pregnant from your person. Your soulmate may show up, and you may feel such a connection that you go with them. You may gain clarity in what you truly want. A lot of us weren't sure. A lot of us don't know, but the further we go into this year, the more more and more things are coming up and become clear. So whatever you discover on the night of the full moon, it's going to give you even more clarity. That's the Venus in Scorpio. Okay, so with the double fixed cross, there's a lot of clarity. Okay, and this is about money. This is about love. This is about power. This is about the balance of money and love and power in dynamics in your relationship with others and yourself as well. Okay, you are shifting yourself. These things work at cross purposes, like I was saying, because it might lead you off the path a little bit as you might be tripping really hard and trying to deal with that Uranus wild card component, but do not let it deter you. Keep going on your path. Okay, this is your timeline that you are creating. Okay, so anything can happen. Like I says, the plot twist, surprise ending. All right, you guys, this has been your full moon and Taurus report. Remember now, October 24th, Hunter's moon. Love you guys. See you later.